List week continues. Oh, we're doing the 10 best EPs today. Yeah, I got 10 EPs. We might as well just get to them. These are the best 10 EPs of 2024.
I know now that I can't make good how I wish I could.
To start off, I would say at number 10, I have Bon Iver with Sable. You know, there's not much to say here. If you like Bon Iver, these are three Bon Iver songs. I mean, there's a fourth song, but it's like 13 seconds of ambient noise. But so you get three Bon Iver songs here, and they just sound like Bon Iver at his best. So if that is your thing, you will like this. It kind of like, I guess the one thing I will say is it kind of reminds me of some earlier Bon Iver material. So it's kind of a throwback, and that's nice. If you like his older stuff, you will dig this. So check it out, Sable. At number 9, I have UFOs by the Lake by the band Bug Day. I guess they're a new band. I think this might be their only release. They are noisy, grungy. They have elements of math rock. It was just a fun listen. At number 8, I have Catching Chickens by Nourished by Time. I really liked their previous album. I think it was on my list of top 50 albums from last year, if I'm not mistaken. Probiotic 2 or something. I feel like this EP extends sort of like the vibes that were off that album. But the production is so much better in many ways. I really, really love the song Hands on Me. It's such a jam. It's catchy and fun. So yeah, if you haven't checked out Nourished by Time, I recommend dipping your toes into this EP specifically. But of course, their previous albums are great as well. And so, Erotic Probiotic 2, I think was the name of their last LP, which was fantastic. But yeah, Catching Chickens was awesome.
Sycamore, I don't care anymore. The port of war will pour the sin on the way.
At number 7, I have Twice Around the Sun by Ugly. The best way I can describe this EP is that it's like a campfire version of Animal Collective. So if you know what Animal Collective sounds like, imagine it's being done in medieval times around a campfire, and I think that adequately describes what they sound like. Super fun, super sing along. It's a pretty, I think it's like 20 some odd minutes, so like you're getting almost like an album's worth of material here in terms of time. But it's fun. It's such a great album. EP, album, whatever.
Lucky to find you, lucky to breathe. I never met somebody quieter than me.
At number 6, we have Fantasies by Bombay Bicycle Club. I am a huge fan of Bombay Bicycle Club, have been for a while. This EP blew me away. It's just 4 perfectly crafted duets that kind of relate to the previous album. So if you follow their previous album, which was Big Day, most of the songs off that album were like had features basically. And so I guess after those sessions, they sat down for 4 more where they just banged out a duet after duet after duet. They sound like, if you love your experimental indie rock, this is perfectly crafted experimental indie rock and pop. It just sounds beautiful. The Liz Lawrence song, Blindfold, was great. There's a song with Lucy Rose that was also fantastic. number 5, I have Surfacing by Jane Penny. Jane Penny is a Canadian artist. I guess she had a band previously, or is still in The Tops, I think they're called. I'm not even sure. I've never heard of The Tops, never heard of Jane Penny. I can't even remember how this album came to my attention, but I think the lead single, Messaging, just like came on, and at first I was like, it's just some sort of like pop, just like some easy listening pop music. But the chorus, messages, messages, just sticks in your goddamn head. And I kept coming back to it. And then the second single, Wear You Out, just blew my mind. It's got like this epic, I want to say flute solo. It could be clarinet. I'm not like big on my instruments. I'm pretty sure it's a flute, but the solo is insane. It's so chill yet sexy. It's just such a great album. EP. I keep screwing this up, but like in this case, like Ugly, got a pretty decent runtime, so it almost feels like an album, but it's an EP. And yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by this. And I would love for her to make more. I would like a full-length version of this. So please, Jane Penny, if you're listening, do that.
Serial imperialist, a pattern of victimhood. Shooting ain't euphoric if you shot it, don't feel as good. Homicidal generals, a pawn in a chess game.
At number 4, I have And Yet Still by Odyssey. I don't know. So here's the thing. I think it's Odyssey, but every time I see it spelled, it's Oddisee, so Odyssey. And I realize like that's the sort of like game he's playing, but my brain always wants to like over enunciate it with Odyssey, you know? That being said, this EP was great. If you like really smooth, socially conscious rap, you're gonna get it here. Each song hits really hard in terms of the quality of the rapping and the production. I love the samples, the sounds. It just sounds beautiful. It's a beautiful album. I really like his style. Sometimes I feel like on his albums there's a few misses, but this EP, it's like great track after great track. I especially love the title track off of this EP, And Yet Still was a great tune. It's I think at the end of the EP, so it's a nice send-off. Yeah, so if you like, I think also I had one of his songs for my favorite songs of the year last year, but yeah, if you like Odyssey and you didn't realize that he released an EP, check this one out. It is fantastic.
Without their corporate slaves, without the machine they made, can we take these pieces and fit them together now?
At number 3, I have The Squeeze by Anima. This, I have no way of describing how wonderful this music sounds. If you like experimental electronic pop music, you will love this. And the thing is, I don't even know if Anima is that big or popular. I find it hard to find any information about them online. I think they initially were out of South Africa, but now they are based out of LA, I want to say. Maybe I'm wrong. I think they used to be a duo. They might be just one person now. But like the music off this EP is insane. And I don't understand why they're not more well known. Like electronic indie music is popping off, and they are making some of these incredible, lush, experimental bangers that are just not going off right now. And I don't know if that's because of like their managers or whatnot. They're just not hitting the right niches. But like, please, especially the song Personal, it is fantastic. Just so well constructed. The sounds are layered. They're dancey. I want to dance my ass off to that song. But the rest of the EP as well. It just sounds beautiful. It's fun. It's dancey. You have to check them out. Anima, The Squeeze. It's wonderful. At number 2, I have Soul Kiss by Haru Nemuri and Frost Children. Sorry if I pronounced the first name incorrectly. This is a wonderful hyper pop meets all kinds of other genres. There's some new metal here. There are some shoegaze here. There's just some glitchy, weird, grungy experiments that all just sound wonderful. Really digging this project in particular because I really wanted to get into Frost Children. I'll just say that. There's some songs that Frost Children make that I'm like, yes, I really love this. And then when they come out with a project, I don't feel like it's consistent. But whatever they did on this project, maybe because it's super short, but it's just like 5 or so songs that are just banger after banger. It keeps me captivated the whole time. I'm entertained. I want to yell and scream because it sounds great. And yeah, check out this EP if you like weird, experimentally. I mean, I want to throw out the word metal, but it's not quite metal, but it has like that hard industrial edge to it. So yeah, check out this album, Soul Kiss.
Little piggy, so true, so true. Little piggy, so true, so true. Little piggy, so true, so true, so true. So I stopped eating food, yeah.
At number 1 for my EPs of this year, we have Assembling Symbols into My Own Poetry by the legend Alice Longu Gao. I love Alice. Their music is incredible. I don't know why they just keep releasing EPs. They need to release an album. Their material is so incredible. It's the most absurd and off-the-wall hyperpop and electronic music, but it's done with such confidence, such swagger, that you can't help but just be enwrapped by the insanity of it all. Like the album EP starts off with this song, Little Piggy, that sounds incredible, but like even like the squealingness of it is still so captivated. Like when Alice screams, Little Piggy, Little Piggy. I know this sounds so weird, but it is incredible. Some of the dance tracks on this are just mind-blowing. Like Korean Girls is just so infectious. Sorry. That like I go, I'm walking around just like, I like girls. I like Korean girls. And yet I don't want to sing that in public. But it sounds so fantastic. Lesbians is a standout, just a banger of a track. This thing is incredibly poppy. It is incredibly absurd, and I love every second of it. And I wish Alice would just make an incredible album. I know the EPs have been great so far. I have loved everything they have done, but an album would be nice. This is beautiful. This is art. So check it out. And those are my 10 EPs of the year. I'll be coming back with my top 50 songs, top 50 albums of 2024. Thank you for watching. I should also end by saying I started an album of the year account. So in the future, if you want to see, I'm not going to make video reviews of every album I listen to. And if you really care about all the albums that I don't make videos for, I will be reviewing them there. So I guess follow me there. I think that's what you do with that. I don't know. I'm an old person now. Technology is weird.